Life here in British Columbia is about to get more expensive as of today, and that's no April Fool. Traveling on BC ferries for vehicles and passengers will cost more starting today, with fares up 2.9% on most routes. The fee increase was 3.9%, but BC Ferries is offering a fuel rebate of 1%. Fares on the northern routes between Port Hardy and Prince Rupert and Haida Gwaii go up 2%. BC Hydro rates jumped 6% as part of a 5-year plan rate increase. Last year on this date, there was a 9% hydro rate increase. ICBC is also looking to increase its basic insurance rates again. The corporation is in the final stages of an application to the BC Utilities Commission for a 5.2% increase, which would mean about $36 more per year. Property taxes are going up in many cities. This all comes after increases to MSP premiums in January. It's good to be first. Just ask the Save On Foods in South Surrey, the first grocery store in BC where you can pick up a bottle of wine right off the shelf. Andrea McPherson is there and joins us live with more. Andrea?
Good morning, Jody. The big reveal is expected later on this morning, but I've been snooping around the windows this morning and I know where they're hiding the goods. Basically, what staff have been doing is they've put up a giant curtain in front of the wine portion of this store within the store. Many have been awaiting this move for quite some time, but not everyone agrees with it this morning, though.
Our problem with, though, is if you look at other jurisdictions around the world, when they put wine on grocery shelves, within about 10 to 15 years, 65 to 70% of all wine sold in that jurisdiction is sold on grocery store shelves. That'd be a pretty big hit to a business such as Legacy Liquor Store here that sells a lot of wine.
Other changes today include cold beer and wine sold at BC liquor stores. You're going to be seeing Sunday openings, holiday openings, later hours as well. And the cost of some of your liquor purchases may be going up slightly too. The cost on the shelf is not the actual true cost, because once you take it to the till, that's where they'll be adding the taxes. Jody. All
right, thanks so much. Good sleuthing. Andrea McPherson reporting for us from the Save On Foods in Surrey. In other news this morning, John Furlong has spoken at length about the toll abuse allegations have taken on him and his family. The former Vanox CEO would like his legal battles to be over, but he faces one more challenge. Furlong spoke a day after a judge threw out the third and final abuse lawsuit against him. He also announced he's dropping a defamation lawsuit against writer Laura Robinson. Her article detailed allegations against Furlong when he taught in Burns Lake over 40 years ago. Robinson is refusing to drop her countersuit, but Furlong is relieved to be done with the abuse charges.
An almost unimaginable nightmare that my family and I have endured for years finally ended. 3 civil cases that 3 First Nations individuals launched by making false, horrible, hurtful, and highly damaging allegations against me, inflicting deep and lasting pain, have now either been abandoned by them or dismissed with costs by the BC Supreme Court.
Furlong says he looks forward to facing Robinson in court. In the meantime, he hopes to renew business interests and his involvement in sport. A big turnout in Vancouver's Strathcona neighborhood last night as a community on edge seeks ways to becoming safer. More than 100 people attended a meeting with Vancouver police. It came days after a woman was attacked and sexually assaulted in her own home during the day. Residents expressed fears about the suspect being released from custody. They also have concerns with 911 responses and lighting in neighborhood parks. The police brought in a psychologist to address some of their concerns.
We brought in a clinical psychologist to kind of explain, that it's normal to be feeling uneasy and maybe afraid, but that those feelings will subside. And again, we're here to assure the community here that we're a phone call away.
Strathcona residents also want more information about crime statistics in the community. Police hope to unveil a new online information tool sometime this year. It contains similar information to what patrol officers are currently using. More trouble for Vancouver's Trump Tower high-rise project. WorkSafe BC is on the case after a crane reportedly hit a power line at the downtown construction site yesterday afternoon. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The incident knocked out power to some nearby homes and businesses, as well as traffic lights, for just under an hour. A few weeks ago, a pane of glass fell 59 stories and smashed onto Georgia Street. The tower is set to be completed by late 2016.